Today, my motivation to meditate close to zero. And I think it's due to the fact, I think there are three reasons or more. The first reason is that I've lost the habit a little bit. And by the way, it's not the meditation. Because the meditation, well, I got the habit back a little bit. I missed a few times, but I have a good ratio of meditation versus non-meditation days. It's more about the talking, like the filming, the making the video. Because I set the goal that every time I meditate, I make a video. And while the meditation, and I didn't achieve that goal. Or in the last month, I made 3 videos, but then I lost the habit a little bit. So the meditation is all right, but the talking, not so much. So I lost the habit of like sitting down and to film. And so today I really want to meditate and make a video. So today my motivation was zero, and I think it's due to 3 reasons, mainly. The first reason is that I lost the habit and my English is not that good. And if you are not good at something and you're out of the habit, then when you think about what you should do or what you want to do, a negative emotional reaction arises. Because on one hand, there is the activity you are planning to do, and on the other hand is maybe like something a little bit more comfortable, like watching a series, being on the couch and having sex, whatever. And then you are in the now where you're doing something comfortable. And then there is this thing where you have to really put in some effort. And of course a negative emotional reaction arises in the friction between the 2 activities. So that's the first reason. All right, but what's the category? The category? How do I tag this reason? It's like the friction between the now and the future event. This friction between something comfortable and something that's hard to do. Because if you are good at something, like if you are doing something every day, like going to run or like talking like I am right now, you get quite good at it and you are in this habit. And then the situation arises where the comfortable situation, like sitting around or watching like TV, gets you nervous, makes a negative emotional reaction arise. So you want to go to run, because running, the muscles are trained to do the activity, to do the running, to go to the gym. And so a positive emotional reaction arises the moment you think about the activity that's a little bit more effortful. Your body is structurally aligned with the activity you plan to do. And so the negative emotional reaction arises when you're sitting around in a comfortable position. Of course, there are times where even if you are like top-notch, you don't want to go training. And we talk about that another time. Because that's, I think it's mainly because you have other things that you think are more important to do in the moment instead of like doing the gym workout, like you have the daughter's play. But let's take those 3 reasons. The first reason, like we said, is the fact that I'm out of the habit. So I'm not really good at it. I have to get used to it again. That's the first reason. The second reason, sometimes, like I said, anxiety can arise because the activity you're planning is associated with a certain result, with a certain goal, and suffering arises when there are goals. Of course there is suffering when you have pain, but the suffering is intensified the moment when you have certain goals you have to do, like going to work, like playing with your kids, and you have a lot of back pain, you can't even throw the ball. So real suffering arises, but that's because there is a goal, like to earn money with work that's demanding in physical terms. So to me the talking is okay, I was out of the habit, so my talking was not good. The second reason is me talking and making a video, I have a certain attachment towards the goal of making a good video that I can upload to the channel. So a sort of anxiety arises, like, oh my God, I hope I'm able to do it, and I don't have so much time because I'm working, like in the past few days I worked 10 hours a day, so you're a little bit short on time and you still want to get this video done. So anxiety is the second reason, and the third reason is, no, two reasons. So there are only two reasons, but the anxiety aspect is maybe the most demanding one. And that's why it's important to have as a goal learning. If learning and improving is the goal, then there is a lot less anxiety. Because if your goal is the result, like a concrete result as how something has to be, then of course there is much more probability that anxiety arises. If the goal is to learn, then much less, because learning, the moment you do something, you learn. So when we live in society, we have to work, we have to earn money, we have to cook food. There are a lot of things we have to do and we have a lot of possibilities. So it's hard to not have a goal, because even with social media, you scroll and you see a lot of stuff, so that those are all goals the mind is creating. Because you see the image gets associated with the emotional reaction, you say, oh great, I want this. It creates unsatisfaction towards your current situation, and that's a goal. So you are attached to that and you have aversion to the now. So it's hard to not have goals. The mind creates goals by its own, without us choosing something. And then, of course, we have to choose something. We have to choose a work, we have to choose an activity, we have to choose a lot of stuff. So in society, it's hard to not have goals. But in environments like a monastery, where everything is set, where they are much more, of course, there are hard times even for them. Because like in such environments, the mind sometimes can go crazy. But I really think that the rule to have less goals, like still doing the stuff, but not being attached to the goal. Well, I have this feeling that I spoke too much. So let's be observant, let's be attentive, and embrace the void. Improve and let go.